Hey guys, Soul Closet here, back making another video, and today I wanted to do a little follow-up on the video I made 2 weeks ago about switching my keyboard to Dvorak Layout. And you can see that it's still like that. These keys are in exactly the same places as they were when I made that video. So you can see everything's in the right place for Dvorak, as opposed to QWERTY, like this keyboard is, which I don't use. I'm trying to sell it, actually. If you're interested, and you're watching this at the time of upload, let me know. But yeah, so the reasons that I switched, and I covered this in my video a little bit, but the reasons that I wanted to switch were because I use it on my phone, and because I wanted to try it out as a fun thing, and I wanted to see if I could type faster with it. So it's been about 2 weeks, and I wanted to give you guys like my, I guess, review of Dvorak Layout on a physical Dvorak Layout on a physical mechanical keyboard. So generally, I like it. You couldn't see that thumbs up, but I think it's pretty great. I've taken some time to get used to it, and it did take me a lot of mistakes and a lot of looking down and doing a little bit of this to make it work. But for some reference on how I type, let me pop open a notepad here, and I'll just, you won't be able to see the notepad, but I'll just, show you guys me typing so you can see how I type in general. So let me pop the feet up here so that's a little more comfortable, and okay. So I typed, this is how I type when I use Dvorak Layout on my mechanical keyboard. I just made that up out of nowhere. But, so you can see I do a little bit of the it's not home row typing. But it's not deficient, it's not slow. So yeah. And now, I'm not going to plug it in, but you'll be able to see me typing something on QWERTY, and I'll probably mess it up. Okay, so I typed, this is how I type on QWERTY with my V60, which is what this keyboard is. And, I mean, that was probably still fast, but it was a little weird. The point I'm trying to make is, I've gotten pretty used to Dvorak by now, even though I type kind of weird and you would think that I'm just hunting and pecking and looking. I was starting to be able to touch type fairly consistently with QWERTY when I started learning Dvorak about 2 weeks ago. And now I can't really touch type very well with either. But I'm slowly starting to teach myself to look down and start typing the word and then look back up at the screen while I'm typing. And that certainly helps for teaching myself to touch type without dedicating any time to it. Just, during my normal typing throughout the day, typing messages or whatever I need to put, looking up and down rather than just looking down at the keyboard. But let's get to the speed. My typing speed with QWERTY, like on my V60 or on this keyboard before, it topped out at 75 or so, 75 words per minute. I would get between 60 and 75 every time on a physical keyboard in QWERTY. With Dvorak, as of like 2 days ago, I can get 55 maximum. So it's really not as big of a difference. And you'll notice it's not an improvement. It's a decrease of 10 to 20. And that might sound like, a bad thing. Like, well, then why did you switch? If one of the points was because typing speed, then why would you switch? I think that that's something that comes with time. And I can certainly say that it's more comfortable for me to type in Dvorak once I retrained myself not to reach for keys in QWERTY positions. Like P isn't here, and A is still there, but S isn't right here, and N isn't right here. And, once I got used to the Dvorak positions for keys, it's definitely more comfortable for me to type with Dvorak, because I usually have this towel here as kind of a wrist rest and the keyboard propped up, and it's pretty comfortable. It actually works quite well. So I think that with time, give me a few months and I'll probably be typing faster with Dvorak. So if I had to say bad things, I would say that, for one, like I mentioned in my video where I was switching the keys, the profile is all messed up. You can see some of the keys stick up in weird places and dip down in others, and, because these keys were made for QWERTY, and they were made to curve evenly in QWERTY and not in Dvorak, so it just doesn't. And one of the things I got a lot of, kind of crap for on the Mechanical Keyboards Discord and on Reddit, not to the point where I felt like anyone was being mean, but just, casual, hey, maybe you shouldn't do that. Some Dvorak users were telling me, don't switch your caps around for Dvorak because you won't learn anything. And I get it. I get why they would say that. But I feel like people are a little too defensive of that as an idea. Because the reason that I switch the caps around is because I'm used to Dvorak on my phone. And on a phone keyboard, you have no choice but to look at it. You're not going to have a blank phone keyboard. You're not going to look at the text box while you're typing on your phone. You're going to at least most of the time be looking at the keyboard where your thumbs are going. I mean, yes, people who have typed a lot on their phone, even touchscreen phones, can look away and type what they're trying to type with enough autocorrect. And I can do that too. But you're going to be looking at it most of the time. And so, for me, typing in Dvorak means being able to see the letters. And so, I had to be able to do that, or else I was never going to be able to commit to this. Also, at some point, I would like to get a keycap set for this keyboard, or whichever keyboard I have at the time, that is evenly profiled, meaning that every key can be swapped around into a different place, and it will be the same height for all the keys in the same shape, so it doesn't matter where they are, so that I can switch them around for Dvorak, and it doesn't look like crap. I mean, I don't think this looks that bad, but it used to be even rows of color, and it's not anymore. But, a set where all the alphas, all the letters and symbols are the same color and the same shape, so you can just swap them around. That would be nice. But, the only bad thing is probably messing up the profile on my keyboard. Also, I found a few games, what am I thinking of? Stepmania, and Osumania, which both, and I mean, I'm sure regular Osu would do it too. I just didn't play any standard Osu. But, some games will recognize the keys as A, O, E, U instead of A, S, D, F, like on QWERTY. Because that's the thing, is this keyboard is wired for QWERTY. I just have it swapped around in Windows. Some games will read it as A, S, D, F, G, blah, blah, blah. Whereas some games will read it as A, O, E, U, I, D, blah, blah, blah. So, that's one thing to keep in mind. But if I was going to give a score, a score out of 10 for my experience learning Dvorak for the first 2 weeks on a physical keyboard, I would give it a 7.5, roughly. It's great. It's been fun. It's been interesting as a keyboard enthusiast like myself. But it's not an obviously better choice. It does take some getting used to. I'm biased because I started on my phone for 2 years, and it's not easy to start with. So yeah, if you're considering learning an alternate layout, Dvorak, Colmac, or otherwise, pop something in the comments. Maybe you are a Dvorak user and you want to, leave your thoughts. I'm very interested to see how my experience compares to other people learning different keyboard layouts. Even just going from like the European layout for English to the American or anything like that. Changes on keyboards affect you more than you might think, especially if you care about keyboards as much as I do. So yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like down there if you want to. It'd be much appreciated. If you don't like it, you can comment and let me know why. I respond to most comments when I can. If you want to see more things like this, on-camera keyboard things, I'll definitely keep making them. I've made tons. And you can just subscribe to the channel to see those when they come out. So with that all said, I'll see you guys later. Soul Closet out. Bye.